Hello everyone and welcome to Fabled Nexus. Today we're hanging out, having a great time as we do. But yeah, we're actually here just hanging out in this, as you probably see in the background, this is actually a Sonic world from back in the day because I want to sit down and talk a little bit about the Sonic 3 movie. I tried to record this once before the audio kind of messed up, so I got like 2 minutes in to have to restart it. But yeah, so I went and saw it a couple days ago and everything. And I want to give my quick thoughts about it. Like this, I guess it's kind of a review, but not full review. But it's kind of a review in a sense, pretty much. So I'm gonna give it a bit, and I also want to talk a little bit about the end credit scene and stuff like that. But yeah, like overall, I'll give my final thoughts I guess later. I might do them now. I don't know. I have mad ADHD, so you're just gonna see me low key just kind of go like a lot of different things. But yeah, overall though, we've been hanging out and I watched it and it was cool. All the designs look good. I like Shadow's design. I like his character. I think he does a pretty good job. There was a little bit of like new age brain rot, I guess, in a sense in there, but it wasn't too bad. I was okay with it, stuff like that. Now I did see clips of people in theaters that were like just like hype as fuck when shit was going down. I did not get one of those theaters, sadly. I know some people are like, they want like more theater. I think it's like movie theater etiquette or whatever, where it's like, don't be a little loud and stuff like that because you're in a movie theater with other people. But sometimes it's good to have like the very hype crowd and everything around you. It's just great. Sometimes we just like to have that energy in the room. But but yeah, but like overall, the movie itself, I liked it for the most part. There's a few questions I have, I guess, about like when it came to like if they're trying to make their own timeline or not. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I guess it does. I don't know. I'm not a big Sonic like lore heavy person. I don't know a lot of the lore or everything of Sonic. So if I get anything wrong or if you guys want to explain some stuff, maybe you can help me out. Just put in the comments below if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always appreciated if you guys do. Um, but yeah, so I'm not fully sure like where the story's heading because I will say, as I was 2 minutes in, there will be spoilers in this. I should have said at the beginning, but I will be talking about the movie itself, like parts of it and everything. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. And then come back here later if you want. You can watch this later if you really want to. It's fine. Whenever you feel like getting around to it, it will be all right. But yeah, so like, so I'm gonna say there's part at the end of the movie that I'm like, okay, if this happens, like, so at the end of the movie, so Eggman technically dies at the end of the movie. Apparently, he gets blown up, right? Which may or may not actually be the case. I do not know. So Eggman blows up at the end of the movie, or gets blown up. Doing a chaos like nuclear reaction meltdown or something, and it kind of explodes like a galaxy looking like nebula looking thing in the sky. Shadow also is up there. He survives because you see him on the end screen picking up his inhibitor rings, which I didn't know what they were at first. I know he has these rings that he wears around his wrist. And apparently they're inhibitor rings, which I guess inhibits his power or something in a sense. I guess they call it inhibitor rings, so you know, probably inhibits power. But yeah, so I'm just wondering like where like the timeline goes from here. Because if Eggman is not around or something like that, or they're gonna get someone else to play him, because I know Sonic 4 is happening. Of course, they have the end credit scene. Um, and it's just like, oh, like okay, well, what happens? Like, who's like the main person? Now, who's like the next enemy or anything like that? Because in the end scene, you see Metal Sonic, and you see like 30 of them. And you also see Amy and stuff as well. But Metal Sonic shows up because Sonic runs too far, and he ends up in New York for some reason. I don't know why he ends up in New York, but he ends up in New York, and he gets attacked by all these Metal Sonics. It's like, okay, he got out by all these Metal Sonics. Why? How did Metal Sonics get there if Eggman didn't make him? Because I'm pretty sure in the in the timeline, Eggman makes Metal Sonic to be able to fight Sonic. That's the whole point. So if Eggman's not around anymore, like who makes it? Like who's like the person? Like who's like the guy that's sitting there making, you know, these bots and stuff? What is it? Like I don't really fully know. Like I don't really know exactly like what they're trying to go for here. Like what like the plans. I don't know if they're like making the whole new timeline. So if you get my phone, by the way, I should put that on silent next time I record. So excuse me for that. Professional as always. Um, but yeah, because it's like, also he gets his iconic like red and gold with like the black pants like suit. Like he gets his iconic look. Dr. Eggman does. He also yeets his grandpa into like the like particle accelerator like field that just shreds him for some reason because why not? I guess it is what it is. But yeah, also I saw something in this real quick. I don't know why. Like I said, ADHD go burr. It's really great. We have an unformatted format, I guess, or unscripted format or something like that. You're like, oh, let me just talk or whatever. I'm gonna try to kind of figure out my audio. I'm not really great at doing audio stuff. But I'm gonna try to figure out how to make it sound better. But we'll see how it goes. Um, but yeah, so yeah, but like it's like, what is the timeline now? Like it seems like they're carving out their own timeline in a sense, I guess. I don't know if like the bird people, I forget what they're called, the bird people that was raising Sonic. Um, I don't know if they're in the games or not. Like I said, I'm not too well versed on my lore of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Sonic games in general. I know some of the characters and stuff, but I don't know like fully like what's up with them and everything like that. Don't really fully know. But yeah, so I was like, okay. I'm like, well, it's like Eggman dies at the end of the movie. Shadow's still around. I don't know if he's gonna be like a kind of an ally, antagonist, like what the plan is there. I guess he might show up, help, and like do whatever Shadow things. Um, I mean, there's Silver and all that stuff, which I don't know if they're gonna bring Silver in. I guess they would. They could, I guess, but I think he's like my favorite. Somebody's talking about like he's from like the future or something. He's from like, a different timeline or something like that. So you don't really fully know, but because I want to stuff, I'm trying to think as I go, and it's not working too well. As you can tell, it's not working too well. But yeah, it's just like okay, and like other than the movie, of course, like Sonic has like this underlying thing about like revenge and all this stuff. Like there's a message there that it's in every most movies have like some type of message attached to like how they operate. Like it's like anime has like the biggest trope of like friendships and all this stuff and like all these things, and then like like there's some plots like, oh, revenge isn't worth it, like revenge is not the answer and stuff like that. You see like Sonic falls to revenge and stuff, and we also get to see Golden. I don't know if they're called Golden. I guess they are. Like you have Golden Sonic and Golden you see Golden Knuckles. What's it called? Golden Shadow in this one. You can see them too, just with the Chaos Emeralds and stuff. It also there's the Master Emerald, which is all the Chaos Emeralds put together to make one big one. Which I don't know if that's gonna play a part now that like I know they could get separated and stuff, but I don't know if like that's gonna like play a part in like later movies and stuff with them having like the different crystals, different areas, and different people can go into like different things. Don't know. Like I said, I'm not too well versed. I don't know fully how all that works. I do know that Shadow is also technically probably I think he's better at controlling chaos energy than like others are, or he can at least use it more. Because that's the thing. But yeah, there's a whole plot point of like revenge and stuff, and like I think Maria is her name. I think that's the name of the girl that hangs out with Shadow a lot. Like she is, she hangs out. She has a great time, as they do. And well, she has a great time later because she kind of blows up. A lot of people blow up or disintegrate in this movie. I'm not saying that now. A lot of people blow up and disintegrate in this movie for some reason or another. They do. But yeah, so it's just like, oh, like you said, there you're having a great time, and you're like, disintegration. Pretty nice. But yeah, so it's just like, okay, so she does everything. You have the backstory stuff, and that's why like Shadow hates Gun, which Gun is the like organization that deals with universal threats or something, universal dimensional threats or something like that. I forget exactly what it's an acronym, but I forgot exactly what it is for. But yeah, it's just like oh, so you have that, you have the because I know in like I know him and Maria is a thing, but she's not sick. I don't think in this one, because I thought the whole thing with her and Shadow was Maria was sick, so Shadow was like I don't know if he was because it's sometimes it said he was made or something to like help her, and because she can't live on Earth, like she was on a space station in the I'm pretty sure, at least in one interpretation of it, she's in a space station. She can't actually live on Earth, and stuff because of how like her illness or whatever. And eventually, I don't think she dies. I think she still dies of getting blown up. Don't fully remember that, and if that's true or not. I remember seeing something, I think, in the lead up to Sonic X Shadows Generations. I think there was a lead up to that. But yeah, so there's a whole thing with that. But like, I don't think she's sick in this one. She seems to be pretty fine and everything. They did good casting for her. She looks pretty good for like the representation of her in excuse me, in the live action version of this like Sonic movie with Shadow. But yeah, you find out like his grandpa Robotnik, I'll call him. Yeah, so you see him in the movie, like he gets thrown into the park accelerator or whatever it's called, and hangs out. Hey, friendo. But yeah, so it's one of those movies where it's like there's a lot of questions I have about like how this timeline is gonna actually go. But I guess I can always get, if you guys want to if you guys know anything about the timeline or help me out with like how this actually is gonna go out, just leave a comment. I might make more videos on it later. I kind of want to talk about the good old particle like nuclear accelerator thing that they were gonna use to nuke the Earth, with chaos energy, which because I think that's a thing that he does when Sonic Unleashed. I think that's a thing that is like with Gaia and stuff. Like that's the whole thing with him was like the whole chaos energy thing. But I'm not fully sure. But I don't know. Like it's like I said, thoughts and everything about the movie. But overall, I actually do think the movie was pretty good. I did enjoy watching it, all that stuff. But yeah, if you guys enjoy, you guys can like, subscribe, that fun stuff. If you feel like it's always appreciated. But yeah, that's all I got. Peace. Have a good day.